And yes, a very good evening. You're very welcome to Ballyduff GAA grounds for this much anticipated County Minor A Ladies Football Final, the Cup Final of 2020 between Kilrossanty Brickeys and Gaultier. Both sides here on merit in this much anticipated decider. Of course, the A and B this year in the minor was a combined championship with the top two teams qualifying for the Cup Final. So Kilrossanty Brickeys and Gaultier here on merit, and Robert Grace of Mount Sion is the match referee, just making sure everything is in order. He has his four umpires. I think he nearly has a fifth there now. He has too many umpires. Really well prepared this evening. Perfect evening for football. Very little breeze here, and the pitch in Ballyduff in top nick as always. So fair play to all involved in the Ballyduff Club for that. We'll take you through the team news very, very shortly indeed. Delighted to be joined on co-commentary this evening by June White, Waterford LGFA legend, and a huge evening, June, for both clubs. You know all about these county finals, and particularly from Kilrossanty Brickeys' point of view, to be appearing in a minor A final. Big night for the club. Yeah,
it's a great night for the club. It's the first time in an A final for a number of years, and they've worked their way up the ranks over the last number of years, with a lot of these girls having played at under 14 C level 4 years ago, and have now to reach an A final at minor is a terrific achievement.
It certainly is indeed. So we will start with the aforementioned Kilrossanty Brickeys combination. In goals is Caitlin Gardner, full backline of Helena Barry, Evie Dwyer and Beth Gardner. Ellen May, Rosha Nivari and Emily Murphy make up the half backline. Ava Healy and Anya O'Neill team up at centre field. The half forward line is Emma Power, Ellen Kerwin on the 40 and Nadia Power, and the inside line for the western side this evening is Emer O'Neill at 13, Sheena McGuckian, who captains the team from full forward, and Ava Kerwin at number 15. June, just quickly looking at that team, plenty of talent on display there. Who are the standout players to keep an eye on?
Yeah, some of the players, I think centre field there, Roche and Ava have been terrific all year, and they should have a big impact. Up front, Ellen Kerwin, Nadia, Emer O'Neill, again Sheena McGuckian are top scorers during the year, and back in the full back line, Eva Dwyer has been terrific all year. Still an under 16 player, but has been absolutely outstanding. And you know, not forgetting Caitlin in goal, who is actually only under 14 and has played numerous age groups all up through the years.
Seems to be around for a while, doesn't she? She's still only under 14. Yeah, great talent. Kilrossanty Brickeys is going to be in their familiar black strip this evening with the green and gold through it, and Gaultier in their proud and traditional green and gold. Quiva Forest is Sakul for them this evening. The full back line of Faya Murphy, Alicia Flynn and Rachel Jones. Orla Welch, number 21, Emma Fitzgerald, comes into the team there in place of Aoife Hartley, but she's going to be operating at corner forward, and Aoife Murphy playing at number 7. I understand Dara Fitzgerald is going to go back into the half back line. Dara and Alana O'Sullivan team up at centre field. The half forward line is Molly Comerford, Maeve Sheridan and Ciara Sherlock, and the inside line then for the eastern side this evening, Saoirse O'Keefe at 13, Aoife Fitzgerald on the edge of the square, and Leisha Forrest wears number 15. I understand she's going to operate on the half forward line with Molly Comerford going to midfield. So I presume, June, we will obviously see plenty of positional changes, but Gaultier been very strong, not alone at minor, but in a lot of age groups in ladies football over the last couple of years, and they'll be keen to win back this title.
Yeah, they have actually contested a lot of A finals, whereas I think Brickeys Kilrossanty have been working their way up over the last few years. And looking again, both teams are out against each other in the A under 14 on Sunday, and some standout players there: Dara Fitzgerald, Aoife Fitzgerald, Alicia Flynn. There's players that will have to be marked really tightly to contain them on the pitch tonight.
Absolutely, that one will be awaited with interest. And I was just chatting to Darren Mulhern there, who's involved with she. Darren will be racing back up for a match at 8 o'clock in Lemmy O'Brien, which I'm on duty for myself, so hopefully we won't go to extra time here. But you know, you're in under 16, under 14 and minor A finals. That's significant progress in the club, and testament to, you know, the work that's going on at various levels as well. Yeah,
there's been terrific work over the last number of years. I mean, there was a bit of a lull for a few years, and a lot of people have come on board to help out, and the work rate has been done, and I think this year has actually proved 3 A finals to contest in the next few days, and we're also contested the intermediate last Sunday and unlucky to go down by 2 points.
Cracking final against Erin's Own, of course.
Game,
yeah, definitely.
Having come up from junior last year, it was a massive achievement to reach the intermediate final.
It was indeed. Yeah, it was a bumper weekend of action again this weekend, with the minor finals and the under 14 finals, of course, taking place on Sunday. All credit, due recognition to the Waterford Ladies Football Board. You know, there's been a lot of fixtures and a lot of organisation.
A lot of fixtures and a lot of dual players who have been playing literally day in, day out, not even just week in, week out, and have been playing Saturdays, Sundays, and fortunately have all come through, you know, unscathed and able to contest each game. Absolutely.
So Caitlin Gardner makes her way down to the end where the new AstroTurf for the new wall ball is built. Fantastic facilities here in Ballydufflower, new walkway around the field, and in a perfect position for our live commentary and live stream of tonight's game. Once again, thanks to Rua and Willie for their ongoing work. They had a busy weekend last weekend. This weekend promises to be just as busy and hopefully as entertaining. So wherever you're tuned in, we hope you enjoy it. Rator is Robert Grace of the Mount Sion Club, vastly experienced official, of course, member of Board and Oak, always great ambassador for the GAA, and he's in charge of this evening's decider. So Gaultier wearing their traditional green and gold, which the numbers are going to be a bit challenging, but hopefully we'll get through that, June. And the ball is in, the game is on, this minor A final. Much anticipated decider is underway. Straight away into the action is Anya O'Neill. Always great bundle of energy when she gets on the ball, looking direct inside to the full forward, and lovely pop pass off as far as Ellen Kerwin, the danger player, as June mentioned, inside as far as McGuckian. Chance of an early score here for Kilrossanty Brickeys. Takes her kick, brilliantly blocked inside by the keeper there, Caoimhe Forrest. Early chance of a goal there, smothered inside by the Gaultier defence, but Kilrossanty Brickeys have a chance to profit from this. Good block down there on Ellen Kerwin. Referee is happy enough to wave play on, and Gaultier can breathe a sigh of relief. Not just yet though, but they eventually have it in their hand in the shape of the cornerback. That's Faya Murphy. Good play there by Murphy, and possible chance of an early goal there, June White.
Yeah, I think so. Sheena's usually fairly on target, but great defensive work by Gaultier.
And speaking of that, just brilliantly turned over, but again great blocking down, and Gaultier working hard to win that ball back in the shape of Molly Comerford. Switches the direction of the play on the far over side onto this ball. First time is Alana O'Sullivan, and pops it into her centre forward. That's Maeve Sheridan. Always covers an amount of ground, bypassing her marker. Beautiful solo, keeping possession of that football. Back as far as Aoife Fitzgerald won a Camogie medal with Gaultier when they made it 3 in a row in recent weeks. Going for the opening score off her right leg. It's going to be dangerous. Hangs in the air. Well gathered by Caitlin Gardner inside, and as June said, for a woman that's only under 14, really brings a lot to the table and clears her lines. Kilrossanty Brickeys just boot that ball away though. Maybe ought to have went through the hand pass route, but Gaultier just waiting for that ball, and Kilrossanty Brickeys are going to attack Anya O'Neill. Her dad Dermot, of course, doing so much for the Kilrossanty Brickeys club. He won an All-Ireland medal with Derry way back in 1993. She's not thinking about that this evening though. It's all about Kilrossanty Brickeys and Gaultier. Lovely pop pass inside. Is this the opening score? Chance of a goal. Kick straight at the keeper there. A real chance for Ava Kerwin, and she probably had a chance in two minds there to go for the goal or the point. Smothered once again by Caoimhe Forrest, and Gaultier going to clear their lines. We await the opening score here in Ballydufflower. Referee Robert Grace is happy enough to wave play on, and Gaultier cleared their lines. That's Rachel Jones on the far over side. And Jones' name's phenomenal, of course, with Gaultier. Her brothers and cousins will be lining out for Gaultier in Sunday's senior football semi-final against Rathgormack in Welsh Park. Kilrossanty Brickeys win that free. Referee says there's another one though, bit of pulling in there. A couple of early attacks there for Kilrossanty Brickeys, June, and they probably ought to have maybe some scores on the board.
I think they should, and I think they need to get some early scores, because Gaultier are very hard to break down, and if they get ahead at all, it's difficult to get back.
Might so in the shape here of Kerwin, the centre forward, puts boot to ball, left-legged effort after receiving the ball back there from Sheena McGuckian, and we were nearly writing that one down, but just kind of snatched at it on that occasion, June, and
I think
opening wide.
The pressure again there from the defence and Gaultier.
Absolutely second to none, down on top of the centre forward, well gathered by Maeve Sheridan, coming deep for that ball, but getting on it, bypasses and breaks that tackle, and now has a bit of open road ahead of her, crossing the 65-metre line, going forward. Sunshine out here, beautiful evening for football in Ballydufflower. Gaultier go forward. Are they going to profit from their first attack again? It's into the... And Caitlin Gardner opting to leave that one out. Wise decision there. It was Saoirse O'Keefe who had the final effort there, and again, good goalkeeping there by Caitlin. June just leaving it harmlessly out over the end line.
As you said, for a young girl, Caitlin is terrific experience in goal, and brilliant to pick out the players outfield.
Exemplified once again in picking out Anya O'Neill. Well turned over though by Gaultier. Good battling by the eastern side. Molly Comerford picks it up, being pursued again by Anya O'Neill, but they managed to retain that all-important ball. Back to the centre forward, Maeve Sheridan. Taking her time, seizing up the options in front, standing her up, and good defending there by Kilrossanty Brickeys. But Gaultier managed to retain possession. Leisha Forrest on the ball now. Gets some yardage there and goes forward. And again, she's been well surrounded there, and good tackling by the western side. Is this the opening score off her right leg? Seems to be curling and gone to the wrong side of the post there from Gaultier's point of view. But again, good pressure there by the Kilrossanty Brickeys defence, June.
Yeah, great pressure, and I think it shows both sides. The defence are working really hard and not giving the players any space.
Yeah. No inch being given this evening. Kilrossanty Brickeys go forward again in the shape of Ava Healy. Route one ball, looking for McGuckian inside. Misjudged there by the fullback Alicia Flynn, and there's a chance for Kilrossanty Brickeys to maybe profit from this. Sheena has possession now on the far overside, but great pressure there by Rachel Jones. Really sticky defender. Gets it down the line as far as Emma Power, daughter of the famous Roger, of course, and as she kicked that, I think she was caught late, and referee had the hand up for advantage there, June. So
yeah, and I think if Sheena had got her hands on that ball, she had some open space in front of her.
Yeah, it's a difficult one probably not to shoot, and they don't opt to shoot, but they managed to play it in as far as Emer O'Neill. 1-2. Kilrossanty Brickeys shooting, going for the opening score. Umpire looks at this one. Owen Morrissey is on duty there. He waves it wide. See, Morrow even has the gloves on him this evening. I don't think it's that cold yet, but we didn't bring those, June. Hopefully.
That's 2 wide siege now,
yeah.
so it's...
I think it was...
There's not going to be much in this game, and it's only on 10 minutes.
Yeah, certainly scores look like they're going to be at a premium this evening, and both sets of defences going to be really, really tight. And I know they played earlier on in the group stages, June. Again, there was only a goal between them, I believe, very tight.
A goal in it, yes. Gaultier got the better on that day. So I think it's, setting up to be a real cracker of a game. Should be. Two proud and traditional clubs, and have had a great run to this Minor A final. Speaking of great runs, here's a good move by Kilrossanty Brickeys. Gets it outside there. Chance of an opening score there. Well saved by the goalkeeper inside. It was Ava Healy who gave the pass through. Referee says foul on the goalkeeper there, Caoimhe Forrest, as she tried to burrow her way out there, and it is going to be a free out. And I think there's a collision there as well between both players. One of the Kilrossanty Brickeys players down there, and good sportsmanship there from the full forward and full back there. I see Sheena and Alicia Flynn there, and the keeper just caught, I think, more accidental, I think, June, than anything else, but hopefully they're okay. I think it was. I mean, they both had their eye on the ball, I think, and so let's hope both players are okay. Yeah, let's hope so indeed. Perfect evening for football, very still evening. Just looking at the flags in front of us, June, thought the wind might be a factor that was there earlier on, but if anything, it seems to be nearly the best part of the day. Perfect evening, bright evening, which is good as well, because there's no lights in the pitch, so we need to get this game over with the light. Absolutely. So I'm sure Robert will be hoping that this injury doesn't last too long. So early stages even here in Ballydufloor of another busy weekend of live streaming. 2015, of course, June, I believe, was the time Kilrossanty Brickeys came together to form an adult club, and of course since then, of course, there's been a lot of good work going on, and there's a good friendly relationship. It all started back in 1994 when there wasn't enough players, and a few of us were friends, and we decided we'd approach the county board to see if we could join up, and we've built on it from then. There was a little lull, in the early 2000s, but over the last few years it's just gone from strength to strength. See Darren Mulhern making his way off over there. Be good at warm up for Darren before his game at 8 o'clock, won't it? He's in. And let's hope this isn't too serious inside. Robert Grace just taking his time. Let's go on to your goalkeeper there, Caoimhe Forrest, as she came out. And I'm not too sure who was the Kilrossanty Brickey player involved there. June, could have been one of the corner forwards. I think it possibly may have been Emer O'Neill, maybe, was it? And just we mentioned the wind there, it's beginning to maybe just swirl in the last couple of minutes. It's other than that, though, a perfect evening for football, and once again, hats off to Ballydufloor for having the pitch in tip-top shape this evening. And I suppose great to be able to bring county finals to venues outside, I suppose, maybe of your big grounds. And in ladies football, I know sometimes find it hard to get pitches, but to be fair to Ballydufloor, like Dungarvan Club Grounds last week in Kilmac, given their fields for county finals, because, as you say, sometimes it can be difficult to get grounds. But I think, where there's a good tradition of ladies football in clubs, they're always willing to come on board and, if at all possible, give pitches. So there's a bit of stoppage here, and we will probably have a bit of stoppage time here in the end of the first half, and of course there'll be the water break coming up in the midway point as well. This is the Minor A Ladies Cup final of 2020. The plate final played 2 weeks ago, won by Stradbally, who defeated Ballymac, and that was the A plate final. And the B final was won by Cumber Rangers against Dungarvan. And looks like the goal is in trouble. Yeah, it looks like that, and there may well have to be a change here for Gaultier. And nobody likes to see players getting injured, and particularly Caoimhe Forrest, who's an absolutely outstanding goalkeeper. So yeah, I mean, she's made 3 saves already, 3 goal chances there for Kilrossanty Brickeys, and she's been on top. We'll try and see who Gaultier are going to bring on. I see Paul Fitzgerald over on the far over side in charge of them. He's done an awful lot of work behind the scenes as regards Gaultier ladies football over the last couple of seasons. So for now, I think their full back is just going to take this free. I'm just looking at the list here. It's Sarah Hartree is their sub goalkeeper, wearing number 16. So I'm not sure if she's going to come on. Or sure, no, it's definitely unfortunately the end of this game for Caoimhe Forrest. We wish her a speedy recovery. Robert Gray says, just hang on a second now, guys, leave the Gaultier make that substitution. So I don't see her coming on with a goalie's jersey, so we'll just have to see
I think Robert is going to act on that now to say maybe the goalie has to have a distinguished jersey. Looks like the full-back Alicia Flynn is going to take this. It is going to be a free out. Number 22 is after coming in for Gaultier. Thanks, Willie, for that. So it's Aoife Ryan who's made her way onto the team. So bit of stoppage time, I'd imagine, with this now, and as you say, hopefully the evening will stay fine because we've no lights here, and of course hopefully we'll be back up in time for the one at 8 o'clock as well.
And definitely don't want extra time.
So bit of a stoppage there, and let's hope Quiva Forrest is okay. We wish her a speedy recovery. Gaultier have made that change, so into the team comes Aoife Ryan, and I'm not sure whether Aoife is going to go back into goal, June, or whether Alicia Flynn is going to go in goal.
I'm not sure what's happening now. It's just...
I think she is. I thought she might have had to put on a distinctive jersey, you'd imagine, but Robert seems to be happy enough with it. Anyway, this free kick is taken. We'll follow the play. We'll get on with it. I'm sure we'll await that one as we go along, and I'm sure you'll be able to make your own judgment on that as well. Battle for possession here, very close to the sideline. Gaultier come away with it, using the short kick pass out as far as Molly Comerford. Molly gets it down the line, playing Route 1 ball as far as Alana O'Sullivan. Another pop pass. Orla Welch just loses her footing at a vital juncture, but there to pick up the pieces is Ciara Sherlock. Another good hand pass. Gaultier just getting a bit of possession here, well intercepted there. That's great play by Kilrossanty Brickeys, and Anya O'Neill, as we said, always in the thick of the action, seems to get a belt in the mouth there. The referee is happy enough to wave play on, and I think there's
she got
a stoppage there.
In the
and
face.
Yeah, she got it in the face there. And
Anya doesn't go down easily.
She doesn't, she's as tough as nails, isn't she? Yeah. I see Dad Dermot in there, of course. What an ambassador he's been doing to the Ladies Football Club over the years, isn't he?
Brilliant, and since he came on board with the ladies, he's been fantastic. She looks like she's in trouble.
Hopefully, again, it's nothing too serious. A few in the wars moments in the early exchanges of this County Minor A final. We await the opening score between Kilrossanty Brickeys and Gaultier. Coming to you live from Ballydufflower. Darren Mulhern just still coming in, barking out the instructions. So I think Gaultier had possession there. We'll probably resume from there as the sun is continuing to shine on the pitch. Another busy weekend of ladies football, and particularly for Kilrossanty Brickeys, who will be appearing in the under-14 final against the aforementioned Gaultier, June, on Sunday morning.
Yeah, Sunday, the under-14 A final. So it'll be another cracking game, I would think. And I believe Gaultier are out playing under-16 Camogie tomorrow morning.
They are indeed, yeah. It's another game we'll be bringing live in the morning. Yeah, they're taking on Portlaw in the under-16 A final, and big occasion for both clubs there. That's at 10:45 a.m. tomorrow morning. So
a very busy schedule.
Yeah, busy schedule. It is. It certainly is indeed. Yeah, absolutely. But look, I suppose good to be back at it for a while. We didn't think we'd have any sport for a while, and now you're into county finals, and I suppose people will enjoy the few weeks off. Hopefully, everything will stay on course and
with the streaming
go
of
again,
games,
isn't it?
with restrictions on numbers. So it's brilliant. And I mean, there's people watching games now that haven't watched ladies football for years, maybe.
So Anya O'Neill down here and seemed to get that. I think it was a combination of a frontal challenge and maybe a shot in the mouth as well.
Yeah, that's what it looked when she went down. She was holding her face.
Ava Kerwin comes in with the first aid bag. Robert Grace just very wisely giving these players an opportunity to recover. Paul Fitzgerald, Shirley Sheridan and Marie Richards with the Gaultier team on the far over side. And picking herself up very gingerly there as Anya O'Neill seemed to, may well could have a blood substitution here, I'm not too sure, but she seems to be get a shot a bit in the nose there. Obviously, you know, nothing too malicious. She was just caught, June, but hopefully she can get tidied up and back onto the field.
Anya doesn't stay out of the tackle. I mean, she's
certainly doesn't.
Going for the ball.
We'll follow the play, and it's with Maeve Sheridan, but across the 45-metre line. Nice pass inside as far as the corner forward. That's Leisha Forrest. Aoife Fitzgerald has it. Good balance by Aoife. Spots a run inside. Great vision by Aoife. Chance here for Gaultier to perhaps open the scoring. They're going goalwards. Hand pass outside. Eventually the kick comes, and it's gone out for a 45. It was Saoirse O'Keefe who had the final effort there. And good defending by Kilrossanty Brickeys there, June, on that occasion, just forcing the 45.
Yeah, in there, Evie Dwyer, could see Evie Dwyer closing down the full back, or the full forward, which she's actually has it measured to a T. She's actually brilliant on the defensive work. Absolutely, yeah.
See her Dad Dermot making his way in earlier on, of course, involved with a lot of Brickeys underage teams and doing great work for the club. This one is turned over again rather cheaply from Gaultier's point of view. Emma Power picks it up.
I see that's actually a sub. Siobhan Lennon has come
So
in there.
Siobhan is on there, yeah, for the minute, yeah. We're not sure whether that's a full sub or a blood sub, but we'll await that one as we go along. Alana O'Sullivan, Gaultier win that ball back. Alana goes for the 1-2, good use of the hand pass. In a tight, confined area, but sprayed down the line there off a Kilrossanty Brickeys foot, and it's picked up by the western side and the far over side. They're appealing for a free, or the hand up. No linesmen here this evening, so I'm sure there'll be plenty of calls on both sides for a line ball. I think Robert had signalled a free there for a foul on Rocha. I think Rocha
so.
Nivari there. I think. Hope I'm saying that right there, the centre back.
There, yes. Rocha again as minor again next year, and
yeah,
she's a terrific
great
athlete.
talent.
Yeah.
Most plays the Camogie with on Ryan, I believe. Very talented player. Gaultier have this line ball. It's kicked down the line. Space very tight on that far over side. Who's going to win this ball? It's with Gaultier. Aoife Fitzgerald has it. So good to get away from those tackles. And again, great kick passer of the ball. Dangerous one inside. Well cut out though. Great reading of the play there by Sheena McGuckian, who's wearing 14 tune, but way back in her,
goal, yes.
You know, turning over ball. And again, she seems to get a hefty enough knock there, but Sheena doesn't stay down too easy either, June.
And Sheena picked up a heavy knock on Sunday, so had to sit out training during the week. So hopefully she will survive the game. Emily Murphy, you can hear, Murphy, I should say, yeah, you can hear Dermot O'Neill saying, work that ball through the hands. That's what Kilrossanty Brickeys do so well. Another pop pass outside as far as Rocha, the centre half back. Great sprays it into the middle, probably the wrong option there. This one is going to be turned over there in shape of Aoife Murphy, but it's won back by Kilrossanty Brickeys. Here's good direct running. Is this going to be the opening score? It's Ellen Kerwin, very close to the 13-metre line. She needs support, has it in the shape of Emma Power. Emma's turning to her trusty right boot. Plenty of height in this one. Umpires take a look at it and signal a wide ball. Wide starting to mount up now, June, for Kilrossanty Brickeys. And in fairness, she got the kick away, but good pressure as well by the Gaultier rear guard there. Gaultier, yes, and that's, you know, it's one thing, you know, Kilrossanty will have to move the ball fast to try and get away from the defence.
Kick out comes from the Gaultier goalkeeper. Very, very close to the sideline, but as mentioned, they managed to retain that ball. Turned over again though on the far over side. Kilrossanty Brickeys have it back, and it's Emma Power who had that initial shot there a couple of minutes ago. Sprays it down the line as far as her other wing forward. That's Nadia Power. Offload again. The Powers combine into the corner forward. That's Emer O'Neill. Emer is smothered up there by Gaultier. Good defence by the eastern side, but Kilrossanty Brickeys managed to find a gap. And they're going forward. Here is Emer O'Neill. Chance of a goal. Takes her shot. Right footed effort. Goal for Kilrossanty Brickeys. The opening score. We may have waited a good quarter hour for it, but that was a knifing run through the centre by Emer O'Neill. Very little room to get the kick away, June White, but great finish.
A great finish, and I mean, it was great move up from the halfway line. And no, they didn't panic when they got on the ball and just waited to get the correct move in.
Great finish by Emer O'Neill. We've had the opening score. I suppose when it's a goal, Kilrossanty Brickeys won't mind waiting for that. That's a high tackle there on the Gaultier midfielder, Dara Fitzgerald, spotted by Robert Grace, free to the Eastern girls. They'll want to respond, but look what they do. They kick possession away, mopped up again by Kilrossanty Brickeys in the shape of Siobhan Lennon. Good use of the hand pass out as far as Emma Power. Gets it down the line. Picked up by Lennon again. Seems to be everywhere since she came on. Another pop pass inside as far as Ellen Kerwin. They're finding gaps in this defence. Ellen is bearing down on goal. Chance of a second goal. Takes a shot. Left-legged effort off the crossbar. Still there for Kilrossanty Brickeys. Gaultier stand back there in numbers. Chance of a kick in the end for the corner forward. Goes in. Goal for Kilrossanty Brickeys for Ava Kerwin. The second one. I thought for a second I think there's nearly a hole in the net at this stage. But just deceived the keeper there. And two goals in 2 minutes, June. In a minute nearly.
You know, and I mean, there was 3 great saves by the keeper earlier on. But to still, you know, plug away and come back and 2 goals up.
What a start for Kilrossanty Brickeys, who are appearing first time, as we mentioned, in a minor A final. This is a dream start for them. Gaultier with a bit of work to do, and Kilrossanty Brickeys seem to be very organised when they're going forward. Seem to have that support runner off the shoulder, but just as I say it, it's turned over by Alana O'Sullivan. She's working hard. Lorna Porca for Gaultier. Ciara Sherlock. They'll just want to hang on to this ball now and build themselves up, build themselves into the game. Orla Welsh there involved in that move. Manages to break the tackle. This is great running by Gaultier. There's a gap there and they're going forward. That's their centre half forward, Maeve Sheridan, always calling for that ball and that outlet. Chance for Gaultier to open their account. It's in the shape of Maeve Sheridan. That's a super effort by Maeve. Got on the ball back in her own half back and up the field, received it again then, June, and from about 30 yards out, popped a good score.
A good strong player with, you know, great accuracy in front of goal.
That'll do the confidence a world of good, and I'm sure it'll be one that Gaultier badly needed. 2 goals to a point, approaching the first water break, I'd imagine, very shortly, although we did have those stoppages. I'm sure they'll be added on by Robert Grace at the end of this first half. We'll follow the play though. It's back with Gaultier on the far over side. There was a late tackle there on Alana O'Sullivan, I think, as she mounted that attack, and Good response, June.
Good response.
By Gaultier to those two goals.
And again, Kilrossanty were coming out with the ball there, and it was well cut out by Gaultier.
Robert just making sure everything is in the correct position. It's on the far over side, and this one is going to be taken by Molly Comerford. She's looking for options there in the shape of her midfielder Dara Fitzpatrick. Plays the 1-2. Dara goes again. This one is turned over. Well read there by the Kilrossanty Brickeys combination, and it is Kerwin. Yeah, see Brian and Siobhan here this evening, of course. That seems to be a push in the back there. Referee is happy enough to wave play on, but it may still work out for the western side as Ellen Kerwin pops it inside. Space for Sheena McGuckian to open her account, and I think less said about that one the better, June, maybe
yes.
from Sheena's point of view.
I think they were expecting a free there. I mean,
yeah, seemed to be a push in the back, but
you probably need to take those chances when we get them.
Yeah, certainly, yeah. So 2 goals to a point, and the kick out is going to come. I think it's Aoife Ryan who's in goal. We didn't actually catch the number that went in there. We'll try and maybe suss that out during the water break. It's the full back. I think it was Alicia Flynn who's gone back in the goal, and Aoife Ryan taking her position in the full back line. Kilrossanty Brickeys get on with this quick. Emily Murphy. They'll try to profit from every opportunity. Meso again, and Sheena McGuckian cutting inside, gets right foot effort. Great goalkeeping there, bravery there by the Gaultier goalkeeper who's now Alicia Flynn, and they come away with it. That's good play. Dangerous moment there for Gaultier, but they managed to come away with it. Down the line, looking for Molly Comerford, very close to the sideline on the far over side. Rolls it away lovely and gets it into her hand first time. Has support, but she manages to hang on to that ball. Bypasses the challenge, being pursued well there by Ava Healy in the Kilrossanty Brickeys colours down the line. As far as Ciara Sherlock, this girl has pace, tries to cut inside there, but great defending there in the shape of the cornerback Helena Barry. Tigerish defending. Gets it back as far as her centre-back, Roisin Ivery, very close to the end line. Umpires are happy enough to say that it's still in play. She's coming across her own goal, though, not a wise thing to do, but I suppose when you're Roisha, you can have the confidence to do things like that. But just as I say it, ball is overturned, and a full back there, Evie Dwyer, the guilty party, I suppose. If anything, probably had to tug her back. But again, June, yes. Kilrossanty Brickeys had possession there, just losing it.
I mean, came towards
at a vital
their goal,
juncture, yeah.
which, as you said, is not something you should normally do.
Not when you have a free taker in the calibre of Aoife Fitzgerald around. She opens her account. That's good kicking there by Aoife Fitzgerald, and with that the referee calls for the first water break. It's been, I suppose, an extended opening quarter due to the couple of injuries, but no shortage of drama in the last couple of minutes. 2 goals to Kilrossanty Brickeys, 2 points to Gaultier, and I suppose there's a lot happening, I suppose, on and off the field, June, in that opening quarter.
Yeah, it's been quite hectic there, as you said, with a few stoppages and injuries, with the Gaultier goalie leaving the field, Anya O'Neill leaving the field, and not sure if she'll get back on. She'll be a massive loss to Kilrossanty Brickeys if she stays out. And again, terrific saves by the Gaultier keeper, but Kilrossanty, you know, they didn't panic and popped in 2 goals there, and likely Gaultier have come up with 2 good scores as well.
So 2 goals to 2 points, and I see Emer O'Neill, one of the goal scorers there, has just been running repairs. I think it has been done to her there. Maybe it could be a calf injury or something, I'm not too sure. I suppose these girls, they've had busy schedules as well. A lot of them are, I suppose, they're not alone playing minor, June, they're playing adult, intermediate, etc.
Emer again is
busy couple of weeks, isn't it?
Under 14. Emer and Anya sisters, again an under 14 player playing camogie, playing under 16, playing minor. You know, so she's a very busy schedule. Yeah,
certainly not for the faint-hearted over the past couple of weeks on and off the field, but as we say, good to be back at it. And this Minor A Cup final, we said coming into it that it was going to be keenly contested. So far it's pretty even Stephen, but the old adage, goals win games. They could be crucial for Kilrossanty Brickeys as the sun begins to come in, and I'll tell you, when the sun does come in from a venue like here, June, it is a bit nippy, yeah, but look, thankfully the rain has escaped so far. I think it was running repairs being done there by Emer O'Neill.
Just looking down the line there, it doesn't look like Anya will be heading back on the pitch.
Yeah, she seems to be well wrapped up there, and like, I suppose you just don't know. A lot of these things, that could be, you know, about the concussion as well, and I suppose, you know, there's every precaution taken now, and belt in the head, it is serious, you know. But a huge loss there, June, around that centre of the field, isn't she?
Anya's a huge loss. I mean, Anya just, you know, her work rate, her skill, she, you know, she can go from end to end. You can put her back in defence, go bring her forward, and her work rate is just absolutely immense. So hopefully the girls out there can pick it up and, you know, make up for that loss.
So teams getting back into position. Robert Grace is happy enough. We are going to resume from the Kilrossanty kick-out in the shape of Caitlin Gardner, who's a versatile goalkeeper, very popular camogie goalkeeper as well with the Brickeys, and a real multi-talented player. Huge kick down on top of her wing back. That's well gathered there by Emily Murphy. Good play by Emily. Surrounded though. They're pleading for frees here underneath us. Referee is happy enough to wave play on. That's turned over by Leisha Forrest. She loses the ball, but Gaultier managed to win it back. They're going forward. It's in the shape of their centre forward. Maeve Sheridan got their first score. Is she going to go for a second? Passes inside. Chance of a goal here. Shot taken. In the end, it's popped over the bar as Caitlin Gardner came out on the Gaultier forward there. I think it might have been the centre forward, maybe Maeve Sheridan, who could have finished that one, Junan. But again, good goalkeeping by Caitlin to come out, but she got her,
she
her second point.
She closed down the player, so.
Good score, very close to the sideline on the far over side. 2 goals to Kilrossanty Brickeys, 3 points to Gaultier. Seem to be ripped out of the hands there, which you can't do of the corner back. The new girl in, I think it's Aoife Ryan on the far over side, and it's going to be a free out for Gaultier. Right-footed kick down the line, and a good ball down to Alana O'Sullivan. Pops that hand pass off. They're so good when they're breaking forward, but Kilrossanty Brickeys so far sticking to their guard. There's another runner inside. That is Ciara Sherlock. She gets it back to the centre forward. Maeve Sheridan, confident on the ball, kicks this one, but only into the waiting arms of Caitlin Gardner. Reading the ball well and evades that first challenge off her right leg. Switches the direction of the play. Who's going to get there first? Battle for possession here, right underneath our commentary position. And seem to be pushing the back there. Yeah, good reading of the play there. Aoife Murphy just attacking that ball, getting there first. Ahead of Nadia Power. Nadia gives away the free. Gaultier not hanging around. They need to get on with it quickly. Still plenty of time left in this minor A final. First half, second quarter. Here's Molly Comerford evading a couple of challenges. She's going goalwards, decides to fist it over the bar. It'll be a super score. It certainly is from Molly Comerford. You don't see that too often in the men's game, not in the ladies' game, certainly, June. But great example there of, I suppose, when you're under pressure, fist it over the bar. Great score.
Gaultier, they have very physically strong full forward line. So they tend to be able to, move the ball and, push, obviously legally push the players out of their way and work the ball through. 4
unanswered points to those 2 goals as well. Good response by Gaultier.
Yeah, and we've just turned over the ball there again.
They're on the attack again, yeah.
Kilrossanty Brickeys need to watch those passes.
Orla Welsh just losing it. She's, speaking of turning over possession, it's Emma Power, I think it is, on the far side. Always brings great work right to the table. It's picked up though once again by Gaultier. That's Aoife Ryan. Now it's turned over again. Emer O'Neill seems way out of her corner forward position. Again, a battle for possession. Who's going to win this one? Well controlled there. Kilrossanty Brickeys turn it over again. That's their centre forward, Ellen Kerwin. Route 1 ball inside there. Isolating Ava Kerwin inside. Got one of the goals, of course. One of the 2 goals Kilrossanty Brickeys hit in the opening quarter. Very close to the end line. Nadia Power needs to get down over that ball. That she does. Back with the midfielder. That's Ava Healy on the far over side. Kilrossanty Brickeys retaining this ball very close to the end line. This is a good run by Emer O'Neill. Cutting down very close to the end line. Takes a shot. Right footed effort. Wide ball signal there by Owen Morrissey. Again, running at the defence, June, just the end product, just leaving her down there on that occasion.
Maybe a wrong option there. She was very close to the end line, and I think I could see number 7 there, Emily Murphy, running up the wing. Might have been an option to put it across.
Alicia Flynn with the kick out. Bounce of the ball, just misjudged there by Kilrossanty Brickeys, and it's picked up by Gaultier. They're going forward. That's their corner forward, Louise Forrest, who's playing very, very deep. Emma Fitzgerald in there as well. Of course, she started instead of Aoife Hartley, but
you can kind of see there, missing Anya O'Neill out there around the middle.
Certainly, yeah, and that's a great reading of the play there, as mentioned before in commentary. Evie to wire out in front of her player, Aoife Fitzgerald. Sheena McGuckian on the ball. Going forward now, crosses the 45-metre line. Lovely balance in the solo. Sheena's going forward. She still has possession. Chance of a third goal. Has she got it to pull the trigger? Takes the kick in the end. Over the bar. Good score by Sheena McGuckian there. Could have been a third green flag. Good pressure there.
Brilliant play.
By Gaultier. Great score though, June.
45 yard, went the whole way through and, backed herself to get a score, and she did.
Yeah, and one that'll bring her, get the confidence going as well, because she's a very capable forward.
She is, yeah.
Very close to our position here. We'll follow the play. It's picked up by Gaultier as they head goalwards. Still in their own half of the field now, but again it's switched across. Battle for possession here. Good tackling there. And good use of possession there by Kilrossanty Brickeys. Ava Healy gets on this ball. Plays it down as far as her corner forward. It's Emer O'Neill, who's playing at 13 but just operating way out the field. Turned over by Rachel Jones on the far over side. Boots it down the line. Bit of open road now for Gaultier to head into, and their runners off the shoulder. Again, it's their centre forward, Maeve Sheridan, who seems to be direct, running the whole time, off her right leg this time, but into the arms of Caitlin Gardner. Well read by Caitlin. She decides to go route 1. Kilrossanty Brickeys back on the attack. Hefty tackle there on Siobhan Lennon, but she manages to retain that all-important ball. And again, the pass there, but a misjudge between Ellen May and Lennon, and it's turned over by Gaultier in the shape of Leisha Forrest.
Some of the passes is letting them down, and they're, putting themselves into trouble, bother there with some missed passes.
Aoife Fitzgerald, they're standing her up, but she still manages to find a gap inside. Gaultier, chance to pull the trigger here and go for their 5th score. Umpires, look at this, it's gone to the wrong side of the post. Effort coming in there from the corner forward, Saoirse O'Keefe, who has had a few pops at goal and probably worked a shot there, June, but just went to the wrong side of the post.
Yeah, just went wrong, and again, she's quite accurate generally, so.
Caitlin Gardner with the kick out. Gaultier though win this kick out again. They're winning a lot of those Kilrossanty Brickeys kick outs, and then they're breaking at pace. This is a fine effort there by Gaultier, and that's a massive kick, a monster score by them. Their 5th of the evening, and certainly, June, they're gaining confidence as this game is going on. And,
and I think Kilrossanty need to be winning some kick outs now to get the ball up front.
That was
picked up well there by
Hannah
Ellen
Whelan, I think, who kicked that. Score number 24 seems to have come on as well, but we'll just follow the play. On the far over side, it's with Kilrossanty Brickeys. They're going forward again, seem to be good. Both teams, in fairness, when they're breaking, they break at pace. Can Kilrossanty Brickeys profit from this? It's Ava Healy going forward, plenty of room in front of her. Direct kick, route one over the bar. Super score there by Ava Healy, player who loves to run at defences, June, and plenty of open road there in front of her.
Plenty
Nobody
space,
came to her.
And she took her time and picked her spot and put it over the bar. And as you just said, both teams, when they get the ball and run at the opposition, they can move the ball very fast.
No hanging around from both sets of teams. Minor A Cup up for grabs this evening, of course. Both clubs would dearly love to win that and get a busy weekend for ladies underage finals off to a winning start. Gaultier going forward again. That's their centre forward, Maeve Sheridan there. She's been tugged back there, and I suppose if there's any such thing as a good foul, June, that was probably it.
I think maybe she needed to do it because she was heading towards goal.
Yeah, and Ellen May is going to be, it's the wingback Emily Murphy, who's just going to get a bit of a warning there from Robert Grace, just to say, Emily, calm those ones down. Keeps the yellow card in his pocket. Aoife Fitzgerald, around about 35 yards out off her right foot. Won that Camogie medal with Gaultier in the senior, of course, a couple of weeks ago, as they made it 3 in a row, but that one is a bit wayward there and didn't maybe, had the distance, but not the accuracy there, June.
The accuracy, and again, as you just said, she's terrific in front of goal, both Camogie and football.
And still, to be a minor player and to feature an adult, still has a great career ahead of her, as have a lot of these players here this evening. This is kick out down on top of the centre of the field. Turned over once again by Kilrossanty Brickeys. They win their own kick out on this occasion. Emily Murphy. Dermot O'Neill is saying leave that route one ball inside. That's the attack Kilrossanty Brickeys are playing, trying to isolate, I suppose, the Emer O'Neill and maybe Ava Kerwin inside, June. That's the tactic, try and get that route one ball in, isn't it?
Get the ball in fast, and Ava, again, a younger player, but is, very good in front of goal.
Line ball on the...
It looks like Ellen Kerwin is kind of pulled out away from the centre forward line, seems to be working back deep.
Gaultier going to take this line ball. It's going to be Faye Murphy on the far over side of the Ballyduff pitch here this evening in this Minor A Cup final. Turned over by Sheena McGuckian. Pass was a bit loose by Gaultier, and Kilrossanty Brickeys could profit here. Sheena going for a second score off the right leg. That looks good. It's over the bar. Fired over there. Sheena McGuckian. The confidence is high now. The radar is certainly working now. June turned over that position.
It is.
Won
and
it.
Again,
great
she
score.
had her eye on the ball, broke it to herself, and took on the play.
And they go forward again. That seems to be a push in the back. Emily Murphy went forward there, and she's certainly going into a lot of the space and drawing the fouls. Kilrossanty Brickeys not hanging around. They get on with it quickly. Race for possession here. Sheena McGuckian gets her body underneath that ball and just got there ahead of her marker there. Rachel Jones pleads her innocence, but I think 9 times out of 10, June, they always say get down over the ball, you get your free.
Yes.
You've done that a few times over the years, no doubt.
Not really, Gavin.
We'll follow the play. It's with Emma Power. Sprays the ball across it, but the idea was good, but it's
possession.
Turned over there in the shape of Molly Comerford, who in fairness is covering a lot of ground. And again, it's the centre forward, Maeve Sheridan, going forward there, but had no option there, had to pass it to herself and could well be turned over here by Kilrossanty Brickeys. Rolled away, is it on it just illegally so, says Robert Grace. Emily was a little, probably harsh enough, was it?
Harsh enough, I think. When you're on the ground, you can roll it away, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's always, and I've done a few lids, I've always found that route probably one of the toughest ones to judge, especially when there's players in the thick of the action, but look, we'll leave Robert off with that one. The ball is with Molly Comerford once again, going forward. Bit of space now here for Aoife Fitzgerald. off her right leg. Again, they seem to be going for goals, and Aoife had a chance to tap that ball over the bar. Well read there by Caitlin Gardner, sharp off her goal line and off her right leg, looking for McGuckian again, the team captain. She'd love to captain her side to glory this evening. 2 points to her name so far. Good strength there by McGuckian. They're telling her to open up inside. She has plenty of green grass, as they say, in front of her, shaking off Rachel Jones. Diagonal ball to Ava Kerwin. Goal scorer in that opening quarter. Pop pass to Ellen Kerwin, the centre forward. The Kerwins combining. Is this going to yield another score? She's going forward. Referee says, yeah, you overplayed it. Pressure was exerted there by Gaultier.
Pressure there by Gaultier.
She probably had a chance to release it, though. She probably should have kicked it.
Possibly should have released it before the last step or two.
Gaultier want to profit from this. This game beginning to open up now. This highly entertaining Minor A final. Cup final, that is, coming to you live from Ballydufflower GA grounds on this what's turning into a bit of a chilly Friday evening, but thankfully the rain is staying away. Gaultier holding up this ball in the shape of Maeve Sheridan. 2 points to her name so far. Has support there from number 20, I think it was Aoife Ryan. She was wearing 22. Combined here, chance back from Gardner. Great save there by Caitlin Gardner from the effort there from Saoirse O'Keefe and Gaultier.
And again, picking out the player that had a quick look up.
Yeah, it was Emma Fitzgerald before that who threaded the ball through, and you can see they're opting for gaps in that Kilrossanty Brickeys defence when they ought to be maybe taking their points, but I suppose it's easy to say from here. Kilrossanty Brickeys now have a chance to score at the other end in the shape of Emer O'Neill, and that one again has gone wide, and again the wides now, I'd say,
yeah, the
June,
wides
they're beginning
are
to mount up,
and you know, they could cost them later in the game.
I'm sure they'll be hoping they don't come back to they won't rue those wides come the end of the 60 plus minutes here in Ballydufflower. They're going forward again. Pop pass inside. Chance for Nadia Power to open her account. Umpires look like this one and they nod at each other. Owen Morrissey puts up the white flag. Good score there for Nadia Power, her opening one of the evening, June. And
a good response to the missed chance there just before that. So, I mean, the work rate there by both teams is terrific.
Certainly is. Kick out going to come from the Gaultier goalkeeper. 35 on the clock, that's including the water break. 2-4 to 5 points. Kilrossanty Brickeys leading this Minor A final, and they're onto the ball again, breaking forward here. Hefty challenge there, seemed to be a free there, but the referee Robert Grace is happy enough to wave play on. Kilrossanty Brickeys, I suppose they have that all important ball. Emily Murphy off the shoulder, Emma Power, Ellen Kerwin breaking through, great move, has it an end product, brilliant score. Ellen Kerwin off her left leg. Opening score for Ellen. She's had plenty of opportunities, and again, when they seem to run at that Gaultier defence, June, runners off the shoulder, great finish.
Yeah, and I think it's the best, you know, having, you know, been involved with a lot of these girls up through the age groups, it's the best part of their game. Move the ball fast, and they have, you know, well able to score if they can get the ball through to the full forward line.
2-5 to 5 points, those 2 goals proving to be the difference so far in this Minor Ladies Football Cup final for 2020. Gaultier trying to respond and get some scores on the board before they head in for the, of course they would be heading in, they'll be staying on the sidelines for half time of course with the new rules. Here's Aoife Fitzgerald, she's heading goalwards though. Chance for Gaultier to respond with a goal, brilliant effort there, it's tucked away past Caitlin Gardner. Goal for Gaultier, brilliant response there by the eastern side. And again, great run, great combination there between Aoife Fitzgerald and I think it might have been...
I think Aoife's strength, you know, to hold on to the ball and to lay off a good pass.
Great score. Could have been Leisha Forrest, I'm not too sure now. I think it would have been one of the substitutes there. There seems to be a few changes, but either way, we'll bring it to you shortly. Great finish though. Sheena McGuckian, Kilrossanty Brickeys will want to respond, just hang on to that ball. She plays it down the line. Ellen Kerwin again moving from her centre forward position, but this one is well read by the Gaultier rear guard. There's a pull back there. It was the girl on the far over side there who got that. This is going to be taken by Dara Fitzgerald, the midfielder. Not a great one, nearly cut out by Sheena McGuckian, but falls for Maeve Sheridan. Maeve taking on her marker, Aoife Murphy. Roshani Vary trying to tidy this one up, and does so. Breaks past Aoife Fitzgerald there and takes her solo. Great at attacking, I suppose, and attacking at pace. I think it's 38 minutes gone. It's Hannah Pilo-Whelan who got the goal. Or Emma Fitzgerald in fact, who has got the goal there for Gaultier. Back with the play though, Ellen Kerwin, pop pass inside as far as Emma Power. She'd love to open her account, she's going goalwards, well capable of doing so. This one looks good, we're right behind it, umpires nod to each other, it's over the bar. Good response there.
Great response.
June by Kilrossanty Brickeys.
Terrific response again, no panic, worked the ball through, and a great score by Emma Power.
No doubt Claire and Roger will be happy with that one as they go forward again. Kick out given away rather cheaply. Kilrossanty Brickeys going forward, brilliant effort there, and it's just gone slicing across the goal there. Alicia Flynn got a fingertip to it. I think it might have been
Emer O'Neill.
Emer, yeah, going forward again, June, and again another goal chance as we tick into what seems to be a very long first half here in Ballydufflower. Robert having a look at the watch. Gaultier get on with it very quickly, but there was those injuries, of course. Quiva Forrest and Anya O'Neill having to come off injured, and we wish both players a speedy recovery. Let's hope it's nothing too serious. Faye Murphy underneath her commentary position puts boot to ball off her right leg, very close to the sideline. Underneath this ball, well taken by Saoirse O'Keefe, well won by Saoirse, and she wins the free. Going to be taken by Leisha Forrest, looking for the run of Aoife Fitzgerald inside. Keeping tabs on her is Evie Dwyer, doing a good job so far. Aoife just miscontrols it solo, well read by Dwyer there. Great full back play by Evie, foul on her way out there. That's
great
one that'll get the confidence going there, June. And Aoife Murphy wins it back, evades that tackle. Could have been probably left off there, but Robert Grace calls it back there and says go back to the correct position. Look, lads, I blew the whistle, and I'd imagine we will be hearing the half-time whistle very, very shortly here.
Yeah, I would think so.
Ballydufflower, June, seems an awful long half. I know there was those injuries. And with that, the aforementioned Roberts blows the half-time whistle here in Ballydufflower in this County Minor A ladies football final. It's Kilrossanty Brickeys holding the edge at half-time, 2-6 to 1-5. And before we take a bit of a breather, June, those two goals, crucial in the shape of Emer O'Neill and Ava Kerwin. Gaultier responding, of course, with a brilliant goal from Emma Fitzgerald. So it really has come to life, and Kilrossanty Brickeys 4 points up at half-time, could be more, but good standard so far.
Yeah, it's been a terrific game, and as you said, the 2 goal chances, the 2 goals that came at the right time. They had 3 chances earlier on, well saved by the Gaultier keeper, and some terrific points taking by both sides. And again, with Gaultier getting in to get the goal there a few minutes, it has really kept this game in, it can go either way.
Can go either way, yeah, and certainly I'm sure Robert won't be letting them have too long for half-time as the things are closing in here, but thankfully the rain has escaped us. So it's half-time here. We'll take a bit of a breather ourselves in this Waterford Ladies Gaelic Football Minor A Cup Final of 2020. Still all to play for here. Half-time score, it's Kilrossanty Brickeys 2 goals and 6 points. Gaultier 1 goal and 5 points. Second half coming up very shortly. Thank you. And you're very welcome back to Ballyduff. Second half about to get underway in this Minor A Cup final. It's Kilrossanty Brickeys holding the edge so far 2-6 to 1-5. Emer O'Neill and Ava Kerwin with the goals in the first half, responded to by Gaultier as well. Emma Fitzgerald knifing through after a good move there by Gaultier. So some good scores in the opening half. Robert Grace ought to get on with this one fairly quick. The evening is getting chilly and the light is fading, but I'd say we should get there.
Hopefully, yes.
And hopefully those two players there, hopefully Cueva Forrest and Anya O'Neill will be okay, having sustained injuries in the first half. And again, from all of us here, we do wish them a very speedy recovery. Robert Grace gets this second half underway. Who's going to claim the Minor A Cup for 2020? It'll be first, I believe, for Kilrossanty Brickeys, June, if they win it.
In the Minor A, yes.
Yeah, I'm sure though, there's a long way to go and you'll be biting the nails for the next half hour. They're going to mount this attack though. Well won by Emma Power. Got that great score, of course, in the opening half, and she has chance to attack there, just losing her footing as the bit of dew maybe comes on that grass and things beginning to get a bit slippy, but she manages to retain the ball. Back as far as Ava Healy, 1 point to her name so far in the first half. Off as far as Sheena McGuckie, the real go-to player in this Kilrossanty Brickeys attack, very close to the end line. Seemed to be a high challenge there. It was indeed by Orla Welch on Sheena as she went through. That's what she brings, June, taking on her marker, drawing the foul.
She takes on her marker and she's not afraid to take on her players, and she always backs herself, either to get a score or, to win the free. Now
this should suit Ellen Kerwin off her left leg. I don't want to put the commentator's curse on her. I think I've done that though. Wide ball there. It's disappointing there, June, from Ellen's point of view.
We should be putting away. I mean, we need all the scores you can get at this stage.
So it remains 2-6 to 1-5 here in Ballyduff in this Minor A final that will complete the Minor Championships for 2020, and all credit once again to the board for their organisation in doing that, and once again all credit as well to Tomas Rue, O'Kyle and Willie O'Mahony for their work in organising tonight's live stream. We'll follow the football, and it's with Roshani Vuri. Loves to get forward, pops it to her centre forward Ellen Kerwin. Point to her name so far. Back to Rosha, the centre back. Good combination here. It's another effort though, and another wide there.
Yeah, the wides are mounting up now, so I think they just need to steady themselves in front of goal.
Yeah. And Rosha Nivoree being urged back by Dermot O'Neill, says to get back into your centre back position. The judge bounced the ball there, just misjudged there by Gaultier, and that's well turned over by Kilrossanty Brickeys in the shape of Emily Murphy getting on in the mounted ball for the western side. Loves to get forward, does so on this occasion again, but the pass leaves her down.
Yeah, poor pass. I
think
over. There was other options to leave it into the forwards.
By Gaultier, and this is where they're dangerous, June, when they break. They've caught Kilrossanty Brickeys the first time in the opening half, and they're going to do so again. And they're going forward. Roshani Vuri guilty of fouling there, and Leisha Forrest can get on with this quickly for the eastern side. They'll want to get some more scores on the board. Going forward on the 45. 1-2 between the Leisha Forrest, and she gets it back. She's going forward. Plead for steps underneath us. Referee happy enough to wave play on. Pop back as far as O'Sullivan, the centre half forward, off her left foot. Or Sheridan, I should say. 2 points so far. She'll be disappointed with that one, June.
Yeah, again, another wide for Gaultier. I think at this stage, Gaultier 6 wides to, I think, 7 or 8 for Kilrossanty.
Gardner takes the kick out. Hefty challenge there in the centre of the field. They're pleading for a free. Referee is happy enough to wave play on. Could they profit from this? Gaultier going forward. It's the corner back. Left leg effort there by Rachel Jones. And it's gone to the wrong side of the post. And that was a good opportunity there for Gaultier. Maybe possibly a free there in the centre of the field, June.
Ava seems to take a heavy knock there from the back. But the referee wave play on.
I suppose if that ended up in the net, there'd be maybe major, maybe the Tony or to one of the.
I might be leaving the commentary.
We'll get on with it. That's the joys of the game, I suppose. And I suppose when it comes to county finals, every ball is important. Sheena McGuckie gets on with it. Lovely ball, well fielded here underneath us. That's Emer O'Neill. Goal scorer in the first half. Down the line as far as Emma Power. Point to her name. She evades that challenge there of Orla Welch and gets inside the cover. Back to the corner forward. Chance for Kilrossanty Brickeys to open their second half account across the face of the goal. Once again and wide from Emer O'Neill. And June, they need to start converting some of these chances.
Oh, they do. I mean, they have a lot of possession now at this stage in both halves in the first few minutes, and I think that's 3 wides there in the last few minutes.
Still no score in the second half. 2-6 to 1-5, and you feel maybe scores in the second half. Every opportunity is going to be crucial.
Yeah, I think so. They really have to take advantage of possession.
Yeah, around 4.5 minutes gone in the second half. Gaultier get on with this ball. outside as far as the goal scorer in the first half. That was Emma Fitzgerald. Pop pass inside as far as Rachel Jones. She seems to be getting forward a lot for Gaultier. Finds a gap in the middle there, but just the bounce of the ball leaves her down, but she manages to regain it. And Gaultier managed to hang on to possession. Chance of a score here for Gaultier. They're going forward inside, looking for the run there of Saoirse O'Keefe, but that one pass was telegraphed there. Well read there. I think it was it Evie Dwyer?
Yeah, it was Evie.
I think it was Ellen May there as well, trying a combination of the two of them. Really good defending there. And again, Gaultier probably ought to have the opportunity, the shot there, June, maybe overdoing the hand passing in front of the goal.
I think they were probably heading for goal as opposed to taking a pint, and at this stage maybe a pint would be worth a lot on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it was Hannah Pilo Whelan who's in there as well for Gaultier, wearing number 24, but we'll follow the play on the far overside. That pass outside isn't a good one there by Faye Murphy, and it's mopped up by Kilrossanty Brickeys, who are going to mount another attack. Ellen Kerwin covering an amount of ground for the western side this evening. Down the line as far as Nadia Power point score in the first half. Again, possession lost at a crucial juncture, and Gaultier come away with it. This is Aoife Ryan, introduced early in the first half, of course. Ball down the line, breaking ball. Who's first onto it? It's the Gaultier wing forward in the shape of Ciara Sherlock, getting on a lot of ball. Lovely sidestep inside to get away from Alina Barry, and she's crossing the 45-metre line, looking for the run of Aoife Fitzgerald. Aoife gets down over that ball. Great footballer, come Camogie player. Referee has a hand up. He may come back for an advantage here. Pleading for steps. Gaultier getting away with this one though. And the ball ends up in the end in the net there from Saoirse O'Keefe, but I think the referee is going to pull it back for a free there. And here comes Anya O'Neill back on. Blood sub there, seemed to be a long time getting tidied up. I thought maybe she was gone off with a head injury. But
I was just speaking to her there at half time. I think she took a knock up at the goal early in the half when there was injury, and she also took a second knock.
So yeah, and you know, a nice player to be bringing in for the second.
Interesting to see now how she will cope out there.
And I think it is maybe Siobhan Lennon as well making way there as well, who battled hard. She could see action yet before the night is on, and as we start zipping up the coats here in Ballyduff, temperatures beginning to drop, but not on the field.
Anya's on the ball there straight away. Straight
in. That's what she brings to it, isn't it? That kind of energetic style and great running at defences, teaming up there with her other midfielder. I think it's Ava Healy on the far overside. It certainly is. Route 1 ball. Can Nadia Power get onto this one? But battling well, good recovery there and good defending there by Gaultier, very close to the sideline.
It possibly was the wrong option. There was somebody running there up the wing outside Ava, and she kicked the ball straight through. It
was Faye Murphy who got the kick out, and Gaultier going to mount another attack again. It's that girl Rachel Jones, mentioned an awful lot of Rachel in our commentary. She's getting on an amount of ball and evades a couple of tackles there, goes forward, has support in the shape of Ciara Sherlock again, off her right leg, switches the direction of play over to Maeve Sherlin on the far overside. 2 points so far, that's to her name, the centre forward in the opening half. Misjudges the solo there, well turned over. Who is it back there again? Sheena McGuckie, and her workout has been phenomenal. Regains it on her own full backline, even though she's wearing number 14. Turning and twisting, she needs to get rid of this ball quickly though, looking for options, but again so good at just brushing past defenders. Pop pass back inside. Bit dodgy there, but Evie Dwyer manages to retain possession.
And again, the play seems to be played up the left-hand side of the pitch.
Yeah, they're playing it in kind of tight spaces, but I suppose they are managing, June, to retain the all-important ball. That's the main thing from Kilrossanty Brickeys' point of view. Ellen Kerwin now decides to go route 1, looking for the run inside of Ava Kerwin. Goal so far. Can she add another? Off her right leg, takes a shot. Brilliant save there by the goalkeeper there, who's now Alicia Flynn. Started out as full-back. Brilliant move there by Kilrossanty Brickeys, but great goalkeeping there. Another certain goal there, it looked like for Ava Kerwin, but great goalkeeping, June.
Terrific goalkeeping, and again, not their first choice goalkeeper, so...
Yeah, it could be a big moment in this game, because a goal there really puts you in a good position, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
But again, it's only kicked down into the waiting arms of Ava Healy, who's going forward. Kilrossanty Brickeys now trying to definitely profit from this attack in the shape of Ellen Kerwin. Gets some latitude, she's gone inside, off her left foot, takes the effort, and again it's gone to the wrong side of the post. Left and wide there, when I suppose there's no easy opportunities, June, as you know, in county final day, but these ones you'd hope from.
Maybe at this stage they just need to steady themselves a little bit. I think some of the shots are taking panic.
Gaultier will certainly be glad that a lot of these are going wide, and it keeps them in touch as well. 2-6 to 1-5. Amazing, we've had no score yet in the second half.
No score, and like 4 points isn't a lot, with goals can sneak in very easily.
Nine minutes gone in the second half. We'll have the water break as well, which I'm sure is going to be very tight given the fading light here. I don't think the lights are sufficient enough in Ballyduff Lower.
No, it'll be interesting getting into the last quarter.
Yeah, certainly will. I'm sure he'll be telling them to speed up that water break. And I'm sure the girls will get on with it fairly quick as well. Turned over again at a vital juncture of the field, and it's picked up by Gaultier in the shape of Alana O'Sullivan, and they decide to go route one. Put boot to ball very close to the side in there. She was trying to pick out Maeve Sheridan. Fairness, both teams, they're opting to play a good attacking style, June, of kicking the ball, and just sometimes I suppose a few kicks gone astray in the second half.
Some of them have gone astray, and maybe, I don't know, maybe the light is dimming here a bit, and it might be, and they, as I said, they seem to be playing the game up one side of the pitch.
Here's Roisin Verree, sprays it down the line. Seems to be an awful lot of play on that, what's the dressing room side of Ballydufflower. But Kilrossanty Brickeys managed to come away with that one. The exchange is really, really tight and tense in this minor A final. Here's Anya O'Neill back into the fray in the second half. Links up with Emma Power, sprays it down the line as far as Ava Kerwin. Goal scorer in the first half. Back to Ellen Kerwin. Ellen takes her kick off the left leg even, excuse me. And again, the umpires will be getting tired from waving wide down there, June White, I think. Combination of the post there, I think, and eventually the keeper, in fairness to Alicia Flynn, she's had an awful lot of kickouts.
She probably had it covered at that corner as well. I mean, she...
But a poor kick out from her, and Kilrossanty Brickeys could profit from this. Anya O'Neill, direct pass in as far as McGuckie, and bearing down on goal. Seems to be foul there. Robert Gray says free in. Foul probably happened maybe outside the area, so I don't think it's a penalty. Probably going to be a 13-metre free. But
it's one that, you know, it's one that they need to get now.
Sheena is still sitting inside, maybe to say, was I inside or outside? Ref, he might go in and have a word with these umpires. He's certainly in no hurry on his way in there. And this is going to be, I thought he was going to have a word there at one of the Gaultier girls, but it's going to be a 21-metre free, or 21. So. Sheena seems to maybe have picked up a bit of a knock as well. But this one is certainly maybe the way things are going. I don't want to be writing it down, June, but this needs to go over from Kilrossanty.
I think it's one they need to get at this stage.
So Robert has a check at the watch to say to Sheena, let's hurry it on, guys. That's the light and that as well and everything. I don't know what's going to happen if it finishes level here. We might have to come back next week. Rua's shaking his head behind me. He wouldn't complain. We'll follow this one. Sheena McGuckin should be bread and butter stuff for Sheena, and puts that one over the bar. It's taken some maybe 11-12 minutes to get a score in the second half, but it's come in the shape of Sheena McGuckin from the free. 2-7 to 1-5, and June, you're finally happy with that one?
Well, yeah, it's taken time, and with all the possession the girls have had in the, for the last 10 minutes, they really needed
kick out turned over here. Sheena on the ball again. Short kick out not working. Bearing down a goal. Chance of a goal. Takes her effort and puts it over the bar. Got a score out of it again. It came from a rushed kick out there by Quiva Forrest.
Yeah,
punished
score,
there by Sheena McGuckin. 4 points now for Sheena.
The keeper came out fast and tipped it over the bar, I think.
Yeah, good score there. Swallowed up there by Sheena McGuckin. So good when she runs at defences. And this kick out is going to come from Caitlin Gardner, as June tries to combine both roles of co-commentator and maybe advisor here tonight. But fair play on that. We'll follow the play. It's back with Kilrossanty Brickeys, and Anya O'Neill going forward. Seems to be well recovered from that knock she got in the first half. Being urged on by her dad Dermot underneath us. Bearing down in goal, turning and twisting, needs options, and the last turn inside I think just did her on that occasion.
Yeah, I think so. It was just, and Sheena had run up there loose, on the outside. Maybe if Anya had just looked up.
Yeah, had spotted her. Route one ball down the line there by Alicia Flynn, who's didn't start out as Kilrossanty or as Gaultier goalkeeper, but certainly so far she's doing okay in there. Dara Fitzgerald wins this ball. Route one ball down the line, and space for Alicia Forrest here. Could be a chance of a goal. Takes the shot. Brilliantly saved by Gardner. Can she recover in the second time? Brilliant goalkeeping there by Caitlin Gardner. Chance of a goal there. Yeah. Foul on her way out.
Super.
Could be a big moment.
Save by Caitlin. 1-on-1 on the keeper, and she just closed down the space. It was just super work by Caitlin.
Great goalkeeping there, but again the route one ball, there's gaps beginning to appear at both ends of defences, and that was a great move there. Alicia Forrest with the effort, smothered up brilliantly by Caitlin Gardner, who is, believe it or not, still only under 14.
Under 14,
which is amazing, yeah. Very close to the sideline there. Robert Grace is going over.
This will be the first of 3 county finals for Caitlin in 7 days.
Busy schedule.
Busy schedule.
Yeah. I'm sure she'd love to start this by winning a county medal this evening, a minor medal, even though she has another 4 years on the minor age group. Brilliantly won back by Anya O'Neill again. Sheena McGuckin, and the pass goes astray though. This one is turned over by Emma Fitzgerald. Got the goal for Gaultier in the first half. Is she thinking about another one? She's a long ways from goal now and heading in the wrong direction, but she does well to draw the free there. Well engineered. Again, it came from Kilrossanty Brickeys. June losing the ball in a vital area in the field.
And maybe the better option there was to move the ball faster instead of across field.
2-7-1-5.
2-8-1-5.
2-8-1-5. Yeah, sorry, the last score from Sheena there. Yeah. So Aoife Fitzgerald with a chance to reduce the deficit as we tick into the I'd imagine the water break very, very shortly. I'm sure that'll be sharp enough. Aoife Fitzgerald, you know by the judge of the keeper that one is on target. That's the second one for Aoife, who's good at those, June, anywhere around that 21 or D area. Well capable of scoring.
You can't afford to give her too many chances in front of goal. She put them away.
And referee does call for the water break. I presume that's on around the 15th minute here in Ballydofflower. The light is fading, but we should be okay. It's Kilrossanty Brickeys 2-8, Gaultier 1-6, so 5 points. It's not a bad lead to have, I suppose, heading into the final quarter, but still Gaultier
it's not
looking dangerous when they go forward.
Dangerous when they go forward, and I mean, again, they have strong physical players, so I think at all times they'll be going for goal. And at this stage, I think when the ball will be thrown in, their first thing will be, I'd say, to try and get a goal back and see what happens from there.
And I can see now why Owen Morrissey brought his gloves with him this evening. Things beginning to get a bit chilly here, but in Ballydofflower, Kilrossanty Brickeys bidding for that, create that bit of history and win back a Minor A Cup final for the first time in the club's history, which would be a pretty unique achievement. And if they were to do so, June, as well, they'd have overcame a very good Gaultier side who've been, I suppose, the driving force over the last couple of years at minor level.
Yeah, Gaultier have been very strong. I think Gaultier and Ballymacarbery have contested the last number of Minor A finals, and Ballymac, the girls here drew with Ballymac early in the round, and they also had a terrific victory over Stradbally, who actually went on to win the plate final.
Yeah, great battle with Ballymac last weekend, yeah. And I suppose on that as well, busy weekend last weekend, we have to mention, I suppose, Ballymac and their phenomenal achievement of winning 39 in a row, and I suppose coming back every year, and the drive and determination they have, you'd have to admire them, wouldn't you?
It's incredible. I mean, you have to admire. I mean, I know that everybody's there to knock them off the top, but you just have to admire. It's a bit like the Kilkenny hurlers. You just have to admire the achievements, and no matter what you say, even with talent, you need the girls to give the commitment. You need mentors. You need everybody on board to achieve such standards. And I think they've raised the bar for every club in the county.
They certainly have indeed phenomenal ambassadors, and of course there will be a Munster club as well, and I'm sure every year they're thinking, I suppose, once they win the Waterford, and they always say that, they said it last weekend, that they respect the Waterford Championship, they'll have a right cut now off Munster as well.
Yeah, I think like the Waterford Championship, I know in the last few years Cumber Rangers have come close, but at this stage their aim is a Munster title. So Robert Grace comes over, always has I suppose a smile on his face going around. I know I've been still involved with him at Board and Oak level, so he's making sure everything is in order, and hopefully should be okay to see out this game, barring things really close in, June. Hopefully there'll be no injuries.
So Robert signals to Caitlin Gardner.
Should get another 15 minutes to close it out.
To get on with this kick out. Right down on top underneath here of Emma Power. Can she win this ball? It's won by one of her teammates, and Emma's going to get the return pass there from Murphy. She puts boot to ball, route one down inside. Well cut out though by the Gaultier defence, so battling hard to win it back is Emer O'Neill. Gaultier have it though, they're working possession out, and Maeve Sheridan. And it gives Kilrossanty Brickeys just a chance to get back there. I think it was Aoife Murphy there who was fouled for Gaultier. They get on with it quick. They have to get the ball downfield now, although there is still plenty of time. They trail by 5, 2-8-1-6. Light fading here in Ballydofflower. But it's certainly not on the field. In fairness, both teams have given it absolutely everything in what's been a highly entertaining Minor A final. We hope you're enjoying the action. Lovely swerve there, and turn of sharp nature by Ilana O'Sullivan. Gets the 1-2. Chance for Gaultier here, off as far as the corner forward. Leisha Fitzgerald going forward, surrounded there. A wall of Kilrossanty Brickeys players, and the referee says there's going to be a free. I'm not sure which way it's going. The whistle has gone. Kilrossanty Brickeys there was a wall of black jerseys there. June facing up to, I think it was a combination of Leisha Forrest and Saoirse O'Keefe. I think Robert though has indicated that it's going to be a free in on the 21 metre line. Chance for Aoife Fitzgerald on the 13, so this, you'd imagine, is fairly straightforward for Aoife.
I think so, yeah. Again, it's in front of goal, so
again should be bread and butter stuff for Aoife, and she pops that over the crossbar. 3rd point now, and it's back to a 4-point game. June White, this game ain't over yet.
Yes, and as you said, each time Gaultier get the ball, they're heading straight for goal, and have picked up a few frees there and tipped them over the bar, so they're chipping back the lead.
2-8 to 1-7, 4-point game here in Ballydofflower. We're into the final quarter. Kick out goes astray. Breaking onto it at pace are Gaultier, and Leisha Forrest off to Aoife Fitzgerald. Chance of a goal. Left-legged effort into the back of the net. Goal for Gaultier. Aoife Fitzgerald. It's a 1-point game. We said she was the danger player. Kick out going astray. Lovely pop pass inside to Aoife Fitzgerald and a delicate finish off her left leg. Back to a 1 point game, June.
And I think that's what they do in every game. I mean, goals, they sneak the goals back, and Aoife has been just terrific at that.
They're telling me here extra time, and I suppose I have another game and Lemmy Bryan officiating duty at 8 o'clock, so we'll try to keep an eye on both ends of the clock. We'll follow the play though. It's been a terrific tussle here in Ballydofflower, and I'm sure there's plenty of drama yet to come. Kilrossanty Brickeys will want to respond at the other end. They need to get the ball first though, they may well do so. It's picked up, they're nearly taking it off each other. They have possession though, going forward. Beautiful balance here at the solo by the corner forward, that's Emer O'Neill. Or Emer on the ball now, I should say, with those purple gloves going forward. Lovely balance, but just lost the solo, did she, at the wrong time, bearing down a goal, gets the effort in, off her right leg. Brilliant score there by Emer O'Neill. She had to burrow her way through a couple of tackles there. No better Colleen to do so, June White.
Yeah,
ideal response to that goal
Emer,
from Gaultier, wasn't it?
For a young player, she backed herself and took on the challenge and got it over the bar. So it's back to 2 points.
2-9-2-7, yeah, we're getting, no scoreboard here, which always makes it a bit challenging, but in fairness, Ruel keep us bang up to speed on that one as well. Dermot O'Neill urging on his charges underneath us. He'd dearly love to win this minor A title. Battle for possession there on the far over side. Robert Gray says it's a free in. I'm sure Kilrossanty Brickeys will be delighted with that one. Anya O'Neill gets on with it quickly. Emma Power has support in the shape of O'Neill. She recycles that ball. Can Anya get on this one? She's going goalwards, but again, goalwards I should say, being surrounded. Great defending by Gaultier. They have the bodies back. Kilrossanty Brickeys just looking for that gap maybe to get a kick away. Sheena McGuckian may get an opportunity. She's going forward, seems to be pushed there. Referee is happy enough to wave play on, and Gaultier will break.
To be a harsh decision there.
Yeah, we'll follow the play, I suppose. Play the whistle, as they say, and Gaultier get on with it. Rachel Jones off her left leg, only down on top of Kilrossanty Brickeys' defence. Well read there by Helena Barry. She's played really well. Solid corner back down the line as far as Emer O'Neill. 1-1 to her name so far, very close to the sideline. Emma Power on the ball. Diagonal ball by Emma. This one is going to hang in the air. It's going to be kept in play. Caught is it by Ava Healy. We're breaking onto that ball brilliantly. Is that Gaultier, and I think their defence there, Faye Murphy on the far over side. Ava or Alana O'Sullivan on the ball. So good at carrying that ball. That's what Gaultier have to do now, and I'm sure they'll try and get it into that inside line with Aoife Fitzgerald and co inside. This one is kicked in as far as Aoife, but it's going to be mopped up there. Good reading of the play by Kilrossanty Brickeys. The pass nearly goes astray, but onto that breaking ball at pace is Roshani Verree, and a bit of space for Sheena McGuckian right in front of us now. This game really beginning to open up.
Yeah,
Sheena,
the ball is moving from end to end, and Sheena's going forward.
It's really picked up. Sheena McGuckian dances her way through a couple of tackles there. Has she an end product in this one? She's thinking about a green flag going goalwards. Surely a foul. Referee says penalty. Pushed in the back there. Faye Murphy seemed to be the guilty party. Again, direct running by Sheena McGuckian, June, drawing the penalty.
Yeah, and again, the fast ball, she came out halfway to pick up the ball, made the space.
Sheena's down inside. Let's hope this isn't too serious. And the physios and first aiders on both ends.
She's taken a few knocks during the game.
They've been busy this evening, haven't they? Yeah.
And I think this is what, when you come to the A division, I mean, it's very tough. There's no
quarter given her asses there. Yeah, and you wouldn't, in fairness to both teams, they've left everything on the field.
I think she's okay. She's up on her feet.
22 minutes gone in the second half. So as we tick into the final, maybe 7-8 minutes, probably be a bit of added for this. It's going to be tight on the line, just as well. I suppose the evening has been good, in fairness.
Yeah, thank God.
You know what I mean?
Because
dry and all that.
With the stoppages, it's not something
and I think, in fairness, anything other now than I think a 6 o'clock throw-in, especially for a game that's probably half an hour aside, you're not going to get away with anything else, are you? So now, June White, I'm sure you've been in this position before. Do Kilrossanty, do they tap this over the bar? Do they go for the goal? What would you do?
They would probably go for goal, I would think. Because, Gaultier are dangerous going back down the field again, so...
And it'll be interesting to see, will Ellen Kerwin and Anya, you probably have a couple of players who'll be well capable of taking this, June.
Yeah, it looks like Ellen is stepping up to take it.
Looks like Ellen.
Now again, they have a very good keeper in there, so...
Yeah, it's Alicia Flynn who's now their keeper, kicking into the hurling wall end of the AstroTurf for that new surface, which is in Ballydofflower. Ellen Kerwin off her left leg, takes the kick, goal for Kilrossanty Brickeys! 1-1 now for the centre forward. Sheena McGuckian drawing the foul. They extend their lead 3-9 to 2-7, and that could be a critical score, June.
I think it can, but Gaultier are on the break again.
They're on the break, and the fibre of the jersey there is well tested, I can tell you, on Alana O'Sullivan as she went forward there, and Robert Grace may well act on this one. Dermot O'Neill on the sideline, he's nearly kicking every ball at this stage. He seems to be making his way onto the middle of the field.
And Anya has picked up a yellow. I'm not sure. That was a very harsh yellow.
Anya O'Neill is which a yellow card now in ladies, of course, means a sin bin. Dermot goes over to and tapping the back, and for the jersey pull, I think the jersey was pulled, but I'm not sure whether you can. Oh, I know I'm not going to comment on the.
Yeah, no, it looked very harsh. Now it didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been some hard knocks in the game, but.
Yeah, well, look, Robert has brandished the yellow card. The Kilrossanty mentors aren't happy with that. Anya's kind of getting she's getting a bit, maybe, a few tears in her eyes there to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
Having come back in after
Dermot is kind of going over to console her, but like, I mean, look, still, she could be a county medal winner at the end of this, and I'm sure that's what it's all about from her point of view. But Gaultier will have a thing or two to say about that. Alicia Finn comes out and puts a huge kick on that ball. She played well at full back, now she's playing well in the goal. Gaultier going to die with their boots on. This is Faye Murphy, the cornerback. Cross the line as far as Emma Fitzgerald. Goal scored in the first half. She's going forward, just pushed off the ball there by Aoife Murphy, but it's good tackle according to the referee.
It's going to take a lot of hard work now from the...
Alana Fitzgerald, great pressure there by Kilrossanty Brickeys as they came in there. Roshani Varee came in, seemed to be a bit over anxious in the tackle there. Gaultier want to get on with this fairly quick. Robert says the tackle was illegal, seemed to be just a bit high, and I don't think there was any malice in the tackle there, but she was just caught a little bit high, and it's going to be a free in. And I'm sure Gaultier June will just tap this over because they need to keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Yeah, and there's still a few minutes to go.
Still plenty of well, we'll get a time check there very quickly. We've 5 minutes thereabouts to go here. Anxious enough wait here in what's now a fairly chilly Ballydufflower. Aoife Fitzgerald, she's pulled it, I think, has she? Yeah, she has.
Yeah, that's
normally you'd be writing
Aoife,
that down. Yeah, normally that's bread and butter for Aoife, but not on that occasion. And again, both sets of teams, they've really emptied themselves, and kick out comes from Caitlin Gardner. Our Kilrossanty Brickeys going to win their first ever minor A title. Anya O'Neill, who's in the sin bin, but she's on the line, kicking every ball. Here's Sheena McGuckian, foul on her way forward there, and the Kilrossanty Brickeys fans underneath us here. The couple that are allowed back into the ground are urging their charges on. Robert says get back to the line. I'm sure Kilrossanty Brickeys will be in no hurry to take this line ball as we tick into the final 5 or so minutes plus injury time. I don't think there can be much injury time as the light fades here in Ballydufflower.
With a player down, Kilrossanty really need to keep possession.
Sheena McGuckian, it's all about, as June White says, keep ball. Sheena McGuckian going forward now. She's played really, really well. Certainly in the contender for player of the match anyway from what I've seen so far, June.
I mean, she's gone from end to end, wearing 14, but she has covered.
That's well turned over by Gaultier, but just as I say it there, turned over and given away again then by Gaultier. It was good, well back there by Aoife Murray. One back, Emma Power drawn it back. And Ava Healy then drawn the free, and again they'll be in no particular hurry to take this one on the 45-metre line. It's 3-9 to 2-7, and Kilrossanty Brickeys are making a substitute. Siobhan Lennon is coming on. Siobhan saw action earlier on, of course, for that knock that Anya got. So
got on a lot of possession when she came in for blood sub for Anya.
Good, capable player as well, and not too sure who's coming off. Is it Nadia? Yeah.
Leaving the field.
Got on the score sheet and worked her socks off, June.
Really, really hard, and that's what she brings to the game. She covers acres of ground.
It's all about retaining possession, I'm sure, now for Kilrossanty Brickeys' point of view. They have a nice lead. They're heading down the home straight, but just as I say it again, give away possession, but it's well won back by Ava Healy. Is it? No. Gaultier are going to turn this one over. And the referee says there's too many bodies there, a cluster of bodies. It's going to be a free in. Good decision there by Robert
both sides.
Maeve Sheridan, centre forward there, as Nadia makes her way off. Solid shift by the number 12. Robert has a look at the watch. Tick into the final few minutes. There has been, as I say, June, it's testament to both teams because there's no, they're leaving everything out in the field. There's no one standing back here tonight.
A few knocks and injuries, but I think this is Ava now. It's a cramp.
And certainly Ava, who's a player who covers every blade of ground. I'm sure there'll be a lot of these girls, they'll sleep well tonight given the ground they've covered, and a lot of the grounds are still pretty rock hard as well, June, over the last couple of weeks.
If you take it, a game at 6 o'clock on a Friday evening, you have a lot of girls leaving cert, fifth years just rushed out from school to get here to play the game. So
yeah, I'm sure though, if Kilrossanty Brickeys win this game, I'm sure study won't be the first thing in their minds, June.
On their minds, no, I think. And I think, for both teams, I suppose, any girls on the age would just dearly love to win a minor A title.
And augurs well, of course, what we've seen over the last couple of weeks with, squads will be getting back into inter-county now as well with the Munster minor championship as well.
Yeah, and I think the underage squads, 16s and 18s, went back this week. But
that can help as well, can it, with the clubs?
Yes. Yeah.
And having come back in as well, played football, I suppose, solidly with their clubs
and I think
for that maybe month or 2 months.
That is kind of, even from the men's games, I think the competitiveness in the clubs has been terrific. And
the structure, and I suppose, could be a way forward, maybe a learning curve there as well.
I think split season could be the way to go.
Club
and
county,
I think the county players actually love playing with their clubs, and often they don't get a great opportunity to do so.
So we tick into the final few minutes. Kilrossanty Brickeys subs and mentors on the line. Are they going to win a first ever Minor A title? I'm sure there'll probably be another little bit here now. We're certainly fading, but we'll just about get away with it, I'd say.
I think so, yeah. Just
a minute of normal time, plus whatever Robert Grace decides to add on. Ball there in the middle of the 45 and 21 metre line. It's won by Gaultier. They have to throw everything forward now. It's picked up by Leisha Forrest. She's going forward. Brilliant tackle there by Kilrossanty Brickeys. They've been really solid in defence. Gaultier again, look at the work right there. They're pleading for steps that they managed to draw the free there. It's Leisha Forrest who's worked really hard, in fairness to her. She's got on the mounted ball for Gaultier. They have to get on with this quickly. Do so in the shape of Dara Fitzgerald over as far as her corner back. That's Rachel Jones. Leisha Forrest turning and twisting again. The work rate phenomenal from Kilrossanty Brickeys. A wall back there of black jerseys turned over by Helena Barry, isn't it?
Helena Barry celebrating her 17th birthday today, so
right.
Wouldn't she really
nice
dearly
present.
Love to get a Minor A title tonight?
It's fair to say, I think they certainly have one hand on that cup already, which will be presented by John Fruin, the chairman of Waterford LGFA shortly, where it's lost at a crucial juncture in the field, turned over by Lana O'Sullivan. Again, jersey seemed to be pulled. Referee has given an advantage. She's played really well, a solid shift on the 40 and played really, really well. Maeve Sheridan, I should say it is.
Again,
2 points. She's been their standout player, hasn't she?
She has been outstanding. And again, Kilrossanty were working out that ball really well, and just, probably a wrong decision and well turned over by Gaultier.
Aoife Fitzgerald going to take this now. She's got 3 points so far from place balls. Of course, 1-3 in fact, with the goal as well from play. Not forgetting that. She'll tap this one over just to, I suppose, keep that scoreboard ticking over. 3-9 to 2-8. 31 minutes played, so Robert is still going to play maybe another minute or two. There was a couple of knocks, we will see that, but has a look at the watch there. Kilrossanty Brickeys are, I'm sure, hoping for that final whistle, and it will bring, I'm sure, a great sense of satisfaction and great joy here tonight. June White. Looking at the time. Will be a bit of added as the light begins to fade. Caitlin Gardner going to take this kick out. 3-9 to 2-8. I make it as the correct score.
So there's possibly about 5 minutes to still to be played.
Probably, yeah. That included the water break as well. Yeah,
and the
absolutely. Roisin Ivory tapped away from her. Good tackling there, good disciplined tackling. In fairness, the work rate and tackling by both sets of sides has really been in evidence tonight, June, in fairness.
It has, and every player on the pitch has worked their socks off. And
Rachel
again,
Jones.
Gaultier breaking through.
They are indeed in the shape of their centre. Our corner back there, Rachel Jones, gets it down the line. The road corner here of Ballyduff Lower. Fairness, the field in great order for this evening's final. Very close to the end line there. Great disciplined tackling once again by Kilrossanty Brickeys, who are not giving away, but the referee, just as I say it there, said the tackling was a little bit over anxious. It's going to be a free in. Gaultier need to get on with this quickly. Aoife Fitzgerald is going to take it. She'll have to drop it in around the house. Gets on with it very quickly. In as far as the wing back there. That's Aoife Murray going goalwards. Gaultier need to get a shot away. Maeve Sheridan may do so. She's trying to knife her way through, trying to find a gap in there. She won't get much room in there though with Kilrossanty Brickeys defending in droves. Overplays the ball there, says Robert Grace. Free out there. Again, that's testament to the discipline of the tackling, June, and the defensive work of Kilrossanty Brickeys.
In the overall game, there hasn't been a massive amount of frees from both sides.
No,
so
and in fairness to Robert, I know he's left it flow. He's done well. He's done well.
Yeah, and I think you need to do that as well. Maybe we haven't always agreed with all his decisions, but it's been a free-flowing game.
I'm sure Robert will enjoy a cup of tea after this one, or I might have to swing in somewhere on the way up to Lemmy Bryan, or I don't think there is anywhere. Maybe Jason D can have that ready for me when we arrive to Lemmy Bryan.
Jason to put the kettle on.
There's a battle here on the far over side, not alone for the ball, but Aoife Fitzgerald and Roisin Ivory, who two, I suppose, players who know each other as well from the inter-county game.
Do, and a lot of them play
at
minor level.
There is great friendship, I suppose, isn't there?
Yeah.
Between these teams, and I suppose when you play club, everything is kind of left out in the field, and you shake hands afterwards. And then
I think it's brilliant to do that.
Yeah, and Aoife Fitzgerald, as we watch Aoife, of course, her dad Paul, of course, involved manager of this team. Gaultier have to get goals in as far as the centre forward. Maeve Sheridan has battled so well. There's camera photographers being busy here trying to flash all the important images.
Great defensive work by Kilrossanty to not panic there with the ball.
And absolutely, like Evie Dwyer for one so young, and Helena Barry number 2, I think they've been particularly rock solid in the full back line.
And Evie is under 16,
amazing.
So she's been really terrific out there.
Yeah, I'm sure Dermot will enjoy this one tonight.
I think so.
I know he's here somewhere. Siobhan Kerwin, big thanks to Siobhan as well for all her work behind the scenes in organising tonight's stream and sending on all the info as well, and I'm sure she'd be a happy camper tonight.
I think
June.
Dermot, Siobhan and Claire will be very happy now if they can hold on to this.
I'm sure. They're certainly looking good, but as Dermot's...
Again, there's a few minutes to go, so...
Again, it's Rachel Jones. She's pushed up every time for
really
Gaultier. Pop pass inside. Ellen Kerwin, number 11 on her back in her own full back line, taking that ball out. Referee has another glance at the watch. I'm sure we'll see the full-time whistle very quickly. Breaking away is Roshani Vary. You'd swear it's only the 4th minute in the game. This girl has so much energy. She's going forward. She's managing. They're going to do a doubling on it now and maybe spray the ball around and get so many passes. We just need the crowd to start cheering then, and then we'll have that. Kilrossanty Brickeys are going forward. Foul there. It's nearly as good as a score on Emily Murphy. She's in no particular hurry. Light beginning to fade, but it's really going to be shining, I'm sure, very shortly on Kilrossanty Brickeys, who are going to win a first minor A title. They get the ball down the line as far as Sheena McGuckian. What a shift she's put in at number 14, but she's been everywhere, covered every blade of grass. She's going forward. Can they finish with a flourish inside as far as Ava Kerwin going for a second goal, takes the shot into the bottom corner. Icing on the cake for Kilrossanty Brickeys, and Ava Kerwin rattles the net past Alicia Flynn. What a way to end it, June White.
Oh, that was terrific, and that was a ball picked up by Ellen Kerwin in her own full back line. And I'm sure she was happy to see her sister put it in the back of the net.
I'm sure she was, yeah. Sure, Siobhan and Brian will be very, very happy with that one.
Down the line.
She's a happy camper this evening. I know she's probably gone inside the line a few times, but sure, look, we'll say nothing about that. And the referee says a bit of overplay there. It's a free out. But Kilrossanty Brickeys won't mind. It's in the right end of the field from their point of view. 4-9 to 2-7. It feels like an awful long game compared to any. 4-9, 2-8. 2-8, yeah, of course, the last score from Aoife, sorry. I'm sure you'll... You have that on your screen as well, probably in the comfort of your own warm sitting room or something, not the cold here. But thankfully we've got through it, and it's been another great start to another bumper weekend of indeed ladies football camogie, and indeed all the football action as well. Plenty of divisional finals to come over the course of the weekend, so busy one for Rua, Willie and all the team here. So looking forward to another busy one. It's a great start here though for Kilrossanty Brickeys. I'm told there's 36 minutes played, which Robert certainly likes his injury time.
I think there for the last few minutes since
there has been a few knocks, to be fair,
14 players, they've really put in a massive effort for those last 10 minutes.
Kilrossanty Brickeys have possession. They're screaming every pass on the line now. This is with the western side. Anya O'Neill is back on. Her sin bin is just up in time, so she gets to spend the last couple of minutes on the field, and she's going to collect a minor A medal. Here's Ellen Kerwin. What a shift she's put in at centre forward. 1-1 to her name. She's going forward. Is she going to end with her score? Her sister got 2 goals. She's going forward. Still Ellen on the ball. Can she get the latitude to get the kick away? Good pressure there by Gaultier. Chance of a finish here, but this one is into the waiting arms of the goalkeeper. Referee looks at the watch. Play on. Out as far as Emma Fitzgerald, goal scorer for Gaultier in the first half. As I say, they've emptied the tank as well, in fairness, and they've left everything out in the field.
It's been a terrific game. I mean, the competitiveness of the game has been just super.
Second to none. They have left everything out in the field. They've just met a superior and probably a really hungrier Kilrossanty Brickeys team. I think from the get-go tonight, they've been up for it. They really wanted to win this minor A title. They're going to do so in the next couple of minutes whenever Robert Grace decides that time is up here in Ballyduff.
Yeah.
Referee says that's a push in the back. It is going to be free into.
I think as well. I mean, a lot of these girls played on the intermediate team last Sunday and went down to in zone, so they didn't want to lose the second title.
Yeah, absolutely, and that makes them very unlucky in that as we tick into the 36 minutes, 37 minute nearly here. Lads beside us here are saying when will the whistle go, but I'm sure it will very, very shortly indeed. And Kilrossanty or Gaultier get a kick in, then that ball goes wide. Another glance at the watch from the Mount Sinai official. I'm sure we'll hear it very, very quickly, very, very shortly indeed. Players now really even struggling to make their way out into positions, June. They put in a massive shift, and there it goes. Full-time whistle goes. History created here in Ballyduff. Kilrossanty Brickeys are minor A Cup champions for the very first time. 4-9 to 2-8 victors over Gaultier. Fully deserved, June. Great standard of football, fairness to both teams, but this is a significant result, not alone for Year Club, but for ladies football as well in the county.
Yeah, I think it's been a terrific game, and I mean earlier on there was a lot of goal chances for Kilrossanty, terrific saves by Gaultier, and then came back, got 2 goals, chipped on a few pints, and just as the game went on, they just seemed to grow in confidence. And again, each time they got ahead, Gaultier came back and got some terrific scores. And looking out there now, the girls, it's just the excitement, it's just brilliant, and for all the girls. And I think even for Anya O'Neill, who went off injured, came back on, got sin-binned, for Anya as well, it's terrific. But there's been some massive, performances out there.
Certainly has indeed, and I see John Froon with the County Cup. He's going to be presenting that very, very shortly. He had a busy weekend last weekend, the presentations, and again it's going to be busy this weekend. Robert Grace makes his way off the pitch, the Ray Tour for this evening, and there was a lot of knocks as well. Great to see Anya O'Neill back on near the end there as well. We hope she's okay, and likewise with Caoimhe Forrest, the Gaultier goalkeeper, which is no, we don't like to see any injuries occurring,
no,
but
you don't, and you know, it's just
these things happen, don't they? I suppose
they do happen, and hopefully, like that, you know, Caoimhe will be fine.
Yeah, and the goals, I suppose, goals are important on county final day. June, as you know all about. Kilrossanty Brickeys got 4, a brace for Ava Kerwin, Ellen Kerwin as well, and Emer O'Neill also raising green flags either side of half time. They were they all came at crucial junctures as well, and they were big factors,
just
weren't they?
when things maybe, you know, just getting ahead, Gaultier came back, you know, they chipped in with another goal, and that last goal as well just seemed to kind of seal it. And again, we know from last weekend, Erin's Own got in for early goals, and it was just so difficult to get back.
Absolutely, indeed. Great joyous scenes out there in the minute and the fading light of Ballydufflower as the flags are gathered up. Pitch in top nick as always, and I'm sure they won't be in any particular hurry, June, to get off the field.
Yeah.
You have to, and they're the moments, aren't they? Like, you know, a couple of seconds
it's
on the
just
field
brilliant.
afterwards.
Like, I mean, you have to enjoy it when it comes. And looking across there, Fiona Crotty, now living down this side of the county, so I'm sure someday be looking at her daughter lifting a minor title as well. Fingers
crossed, indeed, absolutely. And Kilrossanty Brickeys captain Sheena McGuckian, who, to be fair, I think deserves notable mention. 4 points, of course, won that penalty as well, and she was up and down the field. I know there was, you know, phenomenal efforts from both teams, but Sheena really brings that great energy to the table and plays a captain's part, doesn't she?
Certainly played a captain's part, wearing number 14, but how many times did she take the ball out of her own defence and worked it up and got some terrific scores, and as you said, won the penalty and won numerous amount of possession, as did, you know, so many of the players. Ellen Kerwin, their centre forward, worked her socks off, covered back,
one of course, yeah,
and towards the end picked up a super ball, and that finished at the other end, and you know, it was a goal.
That was icing on the cake. With Ava with those 2 goals as well. So,
and again, Ava is under 16, you know, so for those players it's just brilliant.
And in fairness, Kilrossanty Brickeys, they dominated. Like, they had a lot of wides here tonight as well, but they kept on doing the right thing, and they always say, you know, keep on shooting, that these chances will come, and that's the way it panned out in the end.
I mean, earlier on you'd be saying, hopefully, you know, those missed chances might cost them, but, you know, they didn't panic out there. And, you know, that last 10 minutes, the defensive, you know, work was brilliant. And as you said, you know, they didn't foul, they just held up their players, won their frees, and got the ball out of defence.
So Kilrossanty Brickeys are going to be heading over with to get the cup very, very shortly indeed. We'll be bringing you that one live as well, so do indeed stay tuned. I'm sure Kilrossanty Brickeys, it'll be a great evening for them. Going to collect silverware, minor A trophy. It's been a long time coming, I suppose, June, and they'll enjoy this one, no doubt.
Oh yeah, and I think I mentioned it there earlier. A lot of those players played in an under-14 C final 4 years ago, and you know,
some transformation, isn't it?
Work up, and numerous teams have come from the CD, and now to win an A title, it's just been brilliant. Yeah,
so June, thanks very much, and no doubt you'll enjoy the celebrations as well tonight, and hats off
Gavin,
for your wonderful co-commentary tonight. Thanks very much. That's the legendary June White there, who can now take time out to no doubt congratulate her Kilrossanty Brickeys colleagues on winning the Minor A Cup final here tonight. Fantastic victory for them, well deserved. 4-9 to 2-8 the full-time score. The goal scorers again, a brace for Ava Kerwin for Kilrossanty Brickeys, Ellen Kerwin with 1-1, and Emer O'Neill also with 1-1. Player of the match performance as well from Sheena McGuckian on the edge of the square. She ended with 4 points in a really excellent performance. So Dermot O'Neill and Siobhan Kerwin, once again thanks to Siobhan for her work behind the scenes and facilitating tonight's stream and all the work behind the scenes. And once again a big thanks to Tomas Rua O'Kyla and Willie O'Mahony on camera, who's well wrapped up underneath us. I'm sure he's feeling the cold, but thanks again, Willie. And great start to what's a bumper weekend of action. Kilrossanty Brickeys, for the very first time in their history, are the Minor A Cup champions. Full-time score here at what's now a fairly cold and chilly Ballydufflower, but thankfully it's remained dry. 4-9 to 2-8 the full-time scoreline, and we're now going to hand you over to John Froon, the Cathaoirleach of Waterford LGFA, for the post-match presentation, and the cup is going to be lifted very shortly by Sheena McGuckian. So the full-time score here once again in Ballydufflower: Kilrossanty Brickeys 4 goals and 9 points, Gaultier 2 goals and 8 points. Thanks very much.
I'd like to thank both teams here tonight for putting up an excellent game of football between both teams from start to finish, and especially the two goalkeepers that were absolutely outstanding and kept both teams in the game throughout until the very end. And I'd like to also thank both sets of mentors. They had the two teams very well laid out and they gave it all out in the field. And I'd like also to thank Ballyduff Lower for the pitch here tonight. It's an excellent condition, and backroom team for having it in such a way. Now I will call on the Kilrossanty Brickeys captain, Sheena, please.
I'd just like to thank my teammates here who just gave it everything all year between intermediate, minor, even underage. Half them are still under 16. With Camogie, everything, like, coming to the end of it now, like, everyone's just in bits, injuries, and like he never gave up to the final minute. Yellow cards, injuries, nosebleeds, everything, like, and we never stopped fighting. I'd like to thank our management, Dermot, Darren, Claire, Siobhan, who always, no matter how hard it was to get us to go training, like, they never ever gave up. And I'd like to thank Gaultier at last. We knew coming down today that you'd give it absolutely everything, and you did, and even more, and you always give it everything, and I'm sure you'll be back again next year as strong as ever and constantly. So I'd like to give 3 cheers for Gaultier. Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Well done.
Sound like. No. Camera as a team.